Hi guys and welcome back to HIKEBACK, and today I'm going to play the rest of the endings. So it is 10 o'clock now, so there should be a new ending. Let's start. What are you? Where was I? Oh, right. I was driving through the mountains that night to visit someone on the other side. A friend. At this point, I've been catfishing him for about 2 months, give or take. Catfishing? Okay. This is a new turn. He didn't suspect a thing. Post the right pictures, say the right lines, and it's like watching moths to a flame. But whatever cozy little evening he had planned was the furthest thing from my mind. I tapped my fingers against the steering wheel. So this guy is a bad person. Nah, he deserved to die. His area was definitely rustic, small town, small people, small problems. It made things easier. It didn't bother messing with the radio any further. It had long since given up ghost. I ran my thumb over the cross of my neck, thinking, planning. And then I remembered something. Something important. It was something that had never happened before, but it was a memory nonetheless. Funny how that works, huh? And that's when I saw you. A scrawny thing in dirty clothes on the side of the road sticking your thumb out. Someone who needed help. So let's stop. I decided to stop. I couldn't very well abandon you, could I? But that strange little memory tugged at the back of my head. So I elected to compromise. I flashed my headlights and pulled over a little further down the road from you. Alright, straight to the trunk as I got out and grabbed some essentials from my bag. Phone, first aid, that sort of thing. Oh, and my gun too, of course. This man always had a gun. God gave predators claws for defending themselves with. Then God gave humans a sense of justice and a Glock to see it through. I slipped it into my coat pocket, safe and sound. Even if it was nothing, I figured there was no harm in being prepared. What's that saying again? A stop clock is right twice a day or something? I closed the trunk and started heading down in your direction. Man, you're so loud. I got the chance to look at the stars as I walked. The sky was gorgeous that night, no light pollution or big ugly buildings to muck up things. I could see the stars the way the Lord intended. It helped me think, man, this guy's really all wordy and preachy. Man, this guy's a serial killer, isn't he? Hands in my pocket, my finger on the trigger, I approached you with a smile on my face. It just didn't feel right not to have one. Alrighty. Let's just say you aren't you? Your brow furrowed. I smile. It's alright. I can tell. Bad people, they don't just come popping out of the ground, you see. Evil is made, raised. The world just pushes and pushes and pushes, and sooner or later you start to push back. Seems reasonable, doesn't it? You didn't say a word, but you didn't have to. So, how did you get to this point? Just how far did this world push you? I crouched down to meet you at eye level, watched those eyes of yours start to water. You must have been through so much to think that this was your only option. But it never ends, does it? No matter how hard you try. No matter how hard you push back, you're always left with the pain, and it never ever leaves. Your tears stream all the way down to your chin, and an endless cycle. Exactly, round and round it goes. A life like that is enough to break you. You must be exhausted. You nodded. There was such relief in your face. It's okay. You don't have to go through all that anymore. I forgive you. Okay. The Lord always forgives. You're not the Lord, man. I wrapped an arm around your shoulder, and you crumpled like a stack of cards. You fell into me with your fist balled up in my shirt, wet with tears and snot. I held you as long as you needed, and kept you as close as I could. Deep breaths. You can rest now. You're free now. I closed my eyes, smiling against your neck. You'll never have to suffer again. You didn't even realize my gun was at your head until it was too late. Huh? I thought we were gonna save him. Complex. Complex. Oh, that was so sad. Huh? Okay. Starting this again at 12 o'clock. So he's saying this friend that he's meeting, assuming I play my cards right, he'd be expecting a teenage girl from the suburbs on his doorstep sometime tomorrow night. Oh my god. Oh, that's why he went. Oh, he's that type of person. That's why he's going to kill him. Cause, okay, I see. Nah, I don't blame him. Given the time I need to set up, scope out the area, places like this are just teeming with bogs that folks don't do much searching through. If I made it clean, made it quick, I have a day or two to sightsee before his body's found and the jig is up. It'd be nice to spend some time outside the house for once. I miss stargazing. Oh man. Okay, let's say I decide to stop. Oh, anything will be different this time. Hope he doesn't get killed again. And he walks so loud, like, oh. Huh? You took the gun out and pulled the trigger. What? Oh, you're still standing. You clutched your side where the bullet hit, hissing through your teeth. Your knees shook as you fought to stay upright, blood soaking through your shirt. You definitely weren't going anywhere anytime soon, but it didn't feel right to just leave you there. Besides, I still had a job to do. I received the vision I did for a reason, down to the last detail. You had trapped me here too long already, watched me suffer and squirm underneath your thumb. But no longer, no more of this. Things like you weren't meant to exist. Please stop. You clawed at my leg as I pressed the end of the gun to your forehead. You look like you're in so much pain. So I granted you mercy. I mean, he is stuck in an endless loop with this guy, specifically. Ending 11, break. So I guess I can't really blame him. It's glitching. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. Let me tell you a story. You needed help? Badly. This was the end for both of us. You know why you're here, and why you're in trouble, don't you, number 8? Are you a bad person? Thus, we're even. Does that make sense? I insist. No. 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 Can I roll back? Can I roll back? Nope. Where was I? And when was this? The 7th loop? The 18th? The car crash, that much was obvious. Was this the one where I stabbed you first, or the one where I tried to threaten you? I couldn't remember. Or... Wait. Why couldn't I roll back past this point? It wasn't working. Was I stuck again? Was this a memory? Some kind of new hitch? Or did I finally reach the end? So then, this was it. My final loop. The only ending I had left, and I couldn't even remember which one it was. After all this time, fate went out. So my only option was to give up. Something was moving? A sound off to my left. What's going on? Oh, it must have been you. I guess that you survived the impact this time. Were you still conscious? Then, all I could do now was... look. I was alive? Just barely. My breath was slow, uneven. The cross dangled loosely from my neck. Even without looking up, I already knew what had happened. My car crashed, we survived, but not enough to save ourselves. It was a miracle that we were still even breathing at all. And you... Somehow I knew you were connected to all of this. The memories of things that hadn't happened yet. The weird sense of deja vu every time I looked you in the eyes. Those little coincidences and oddities that kept on piling up. And how I knew we'd been through this before. That we died before. Even though it seemed so impossible. But we already had one miracle under our belt. What was one more? Your eyes bored into mine, red and bloodshot and weepy. If this was how things were gonna end anyway, then I didn't have much else to lose. Oi. The sound was even more of a croak than anything else, like I hadn't had a drink in weeks. I nudged your hand with my own, trying to get your attention. Those eyes of yours, I could never tell if you were actually looking at me or just straight through me. For all I knew, you kept the damn things open while you slept. Certainly wouldn't be the weirdest thing about you. You blinked like an owl, mouth hung open the way you do when you're off in your own little world. Shifted in place, flicking your wrist. Hey, Earth 2 Poindexter, you still with me? Now that got your attention, you jolted as soon as my nail hit skin. I never realized just how many scars you had in your hand. Were some of those bite marks? I am conscious. I noticed. Not sure how long we have left, though. Indeed. You looked away. Never a good sign. So I think I ought to know the truth before I kick the bucket. How? How do you mean? Cut the crap. You're not nearly as good as a liar you think you are. You huffed. So tell me what's really going on here, at the very least, so I know who to blame for it. It's not that simple. Most of the things in life aren't. Tell me anyway. You took your time rolling your lip between your teeth. You're correct. You deserve to know. Yet, even so, you swallowed. For some reason, you look really small all of a sudden. Even so, could you do something for me in return? I glanced up. Look. A look of absolute bewilderment crossed your face. I didn't blame you. I had already done so much, and to ask yet another thing of you was nothing short of selfish, to say the least. You wouldn't forgive me either. I mean, it depends. Within reason, obviously. That was already more than enough. It is nothing major? My gaze fell upon your hand was touching mine. Calluses and rough skin hidden underneath a worn leather glove. The hand of a worker. How little I knew about you even now. I'm not the best at telling stories. Speaking in general is difficult. But I do enjoy listening to them. So, once I'm finished, could you tell me a story as well? Immature, selfish, stupid, or crest that has everything I hated to be and more. But with the world ending around me, I wanted that indulgence. Sure. To my surprise, you answered without an ounce of hesitation, like it was nothing. But, I'm warning you, storytelling ain't exactly my forte either. Ain't too great at talking too, but it gets the job done. Couldn't resist a smile tugging at my lips. It most certainly does. I took a deep breath. How much do you remember? About tonight, about me. You clicked your tongue, taking a moment to respond. Let's see. I remember when you couldn't stop laughing, even as we were dying. Actually, I couldn't really tell if you were laughing or not. In general, I remember meeting you for the first time. Anything else? Well, I remember trying to strike up a conversation one time, but you went and stabbed me right in the middle of it. Said some real creepy shit too. And one other thing. Oh? I remember shooting you. I've been wondering if you were going to bring that up. I've seen so many impossible things, I thought you were something unholy, something God needed me to kill. The more I remember now, the more I think you're just someone who's as lost as I am. I waited, making sure you were finished before I spoke. Or procrastinated on getting out with it, more like. Everything that you have just told me did occur, once. In one timeline or another. I remember everything, every death, every ending. Sometimes I've lost track of all the details here and there. But even as the world moves on without us, I have kept you here, looping again and again. You sighed. I figure it was something like that. Doesn't take a genius to put two and two together. How long has this been going on? I am uncertain. Long enough that I cannot roll back any further. Days, undoubtedly. Weeks, perhaps. At this point, it has been more times than you can possibly comprehend. And a sob bubbled up in my throat before I could push it back down. I squeezed my eyes shut. I can't keep going any longer. My voice cracked and I couldn't bring myself to hold it all in. As disgusting and shameful, as useless as I felt, I slid there into the dirt once reality came crashing down upon me. All this time, I've been trying to escape this stupid cycle. Breaking out, getting captured, being punished, trying to break out again, over and over and over. Something in my chest was aching like it never had before. I sniffed, wiping my nose and my sleeve. I really thought that this time would be for good, that I could escape and find some better ending. But now I'm just stuck in another cycle, and I'm gone and I roped you into it too. I stopped trying to breathe properly again. I felt revolting. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you got dragged into all this. My fingers finally dug into the ground, my nails scraping up all the dirt and loam and ash and filth they could find. I wanted to scratch my arms instead so badly, but it hurt too much to move. If I could just sink my teeth in, maybe I can dull the pain away, just like usual. And then I felt something. Your hand. You were squeezing mine, firm yet so gentle. So I opened my eyes. Just look. Let me tell you a story. I said it so casually, like I had the faintest possible idea what I was doing. I didn't know, I didn't care. All I knew was that this was the end of everything and someone needed my help. Whatever pain you were going through, however much you suffer, I promised you a story with happy endings. And if God had abandoned me here, then I sure as hell wasn't going to do the same to you. I took a deep breath and looked up at the stars. This is a story about a scorpion. A scorpion with a big, venomous stinker and scary-looking claws. One day, the scorpion needed to get across a wide, open river. But he couldn't swim, obviously, so he went to ask someone for help. Why did he need to get across the river? Who knows? To get to the other side. Oh, then who did the scorpion ask for help? Frog or a turtle? A frog! He asked a frog that was resting nearby on the riverbank. I think I've heard this story before. We'll see. Then, what happened when the scorpion asked the frog? The frog agreed. The frog agreed and told the scorpion to climb right on board, because if the scorpion tried anything, they both would drown after all. Then the two set off. I feel like I've heard this story before too. Same word seems familiar. What happens while they swam across the river? While they're making their way across, something has to happen. That's just how stories like this goes. So, which one will make the first move? Let's say the frog, because the frog is paranoid. The frog would. Oh, really? Then, what did the frog do? The frog asked the scorpion about the other side. He squeezed my hand tight. The other side? Scorpion doesn't care what's on the other side. It doesn't even really matter what he says anyway, because they'll never make it to the other side. No? That's just not how stories like this end. I do not think I like that story very much. It's the only one I got, buddy. If you don't like it, come up with a better ending. It's not that simple. No? Why not? The future's what you make of it. The nature of a scorpion cannot be denied, no matter how many times he tries. His fate has already been determined. What, like destiny or something? No, just stupidity and self-sabotage. I squeezed your hand. It doesn't have to be that way, you know? I have no say in the matter. It is the very essence of an endless cycle. My ending will always remain the same, even if you escape it. There's no escape. I thought the same thing one time. Thought that whenever I gave in, through all those months of hard working together for the sake of another quick smoke, that there was no point in even trying. That the more I struggled, the harder we would get. And I was wrong. And I was wrong. The effort that comes with getting yourself out of something like that, it never really ends. You don't just break out and then you're home free. You have to keep going. As much as it sucks, it's a commitment. How much more committed do I have to be? Your voice is full of venom. You have no idea how long I've been trying. No idea how much. My fingers curled around yours as you took a shaky breath. How much I've had to do just to get this far. But the reason why I'm still here is only because I didn't try hard enough then. And maybe I never actually had a chance in the first place. Maybe so. What? Oh, his hand has color to it. Maybe you just didn't have it in you to go at this alone. No shame in it. Happens to the best of us. That's why you gotta know when to cut your losses and ask someone for help. You huffed. You make it sound so easy. I know. What was it that you said earlier? It's not that simple. And you're right. It isn't. But if you're already tried everything, you're just about ready to give it up anyway. What else do you have to lose? Nothing. But the same cannot be said for the person helping me. That's on them, their life, their choices. I would still be responsible for the hardships they suffered. Ugh, what did I just say? You went quiet again, but I've had enough of this anyways. What are you doing? Come on, you. Up and at him. Even as every part of my body screamed in protest, I pulled myself up to my feet, using one of the trees nearby to keep my balance. But I didn't let go of her hand. You're going to kill yourself if you try to move that much. Yeah, you killed me plenty of times already. I can handle it. As I said that, I plucked out a piece of sharp nail from my stomach and hissed at the pain. It hit me all over again. Case in point. Oh, that's enough out of you, wise guy. Come on, get moving. Excuse me? Sliding my hand down to your forearm, you yelped as I pulled you up beside me. I saw your leg was twisted, bent, and broken in all the wrong ways, so I eased you onto my shoulder to help you stand. You're coming with me, buddy. This better ending of yours that you said you wanted so bad, whatever it is, we're gonna find it. He wobbled, clinging to my arm for dear life. This is ridiculous. We cannot make it a single step, much less far enough to find help. I dragged us forward past the tree you practically streaked. See? Look at that. A step. We'll be out of here before you know it. Your nails dug into the fabric of my shirt. Why should we bother? I grunted, groping for another balance to hold on to while I pulled us forward. hurt to breathe. Listen, I have no idea what kind of higher power you ascribe to, but God put me here for a reason, and that reason is to get rid of the world of the bad people and look after the good ones. No matter how it ends, whether I get you somewhere safe or die trying, I'm doing exactly what I set out to do. You took the next few steps in silence as my boots slid across the dirt, your bad foot dragging behind you. You're insane. Nope, just stupid. Now, are you gonna help us walk or what? Didn't expect you to respond or do much of anything, really. I was perfectly content to keep us going until I couldn't anymore. But instead, you reached out to touch my chest and... Ow! It felt like I had been socked in the gut. Something reverberated through me and it took a second to shake off the impact. What did you do to me? But you didn't answer. When I looked down, I saw you gone completely limp. Hoy. You didn't move even a muscle. Your head rolled to the side, nosebleed streaming down your lip. And then I realized how much better I was feeling. I looked down at my stomach where the glass had sliced me up from the crash. It was like the wound was closing in on itself. Not healing per se, but melding together as if it had never been there at all. Like it was reversing itself or rolling back. I kept moving. Ached like hell, but as my strength came back to me, I hoisted you over my shoulders and carried you as far as I could. It was like you weighed nothing at all. I had no idea how long we'd been stuck here. I had no idea how much time we'd lost, or how the world had changed since we were last part of it. But I knew one thing for certain. I was going to find us a better ending, even if it killed me. Even if there was no point in trying. Even if neither of us really deserved it. Because God knows we needed it. Ending 0, nurture. Dang, that was really impactful. Oh my gosh. Wow, that game was really amazing in a way. But it still felt hopeless in a way, because it was kind of sad, because, like, he still kind of ended up dying in the end? Right? I mean, that other guy is alive, but I don't know. Wow. Lock the ending gallery. You're yet to receive bonus from the menu to visit it. That you seek. I don't know, will they actually find the better ending? That seems so sad. I'm a bit sad. Receive bonus. What other endings? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna get these 8-1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 4. And then 11. We need 12 and 13. Okay. Got into ending 8, and now I can roll back again. Okay, and I'll choose a way out instead of a better ending. I'm looking for a way out. When I tried to tell you the truth before, your reaction had always been less than favorable. But maybe if I approach things differently, you'll understand this time. A way out? That sounds pretty serious. Are you on the run or something? Do you need me to find some place that I can help you? I don't think that a place capable of helping me exists. The ones that are looking for me, they can be very persistent. You exhaled, scratching the back of your neck. Wow, buddy, that's pretty, intense. You sure you shouldn't try talking to the authorities or something? No. Absolutely not. Even then, there are shelters and safe houses for people like you. I think they help you out a lot more than I could. No. Where you can get a proper... No! They're just gonna return right back to where he came from. The car went silent. It wasn't fair. Everything I had just said then would be perfectly reasonable suggested in any other situation, but they didn't apply to me. They couldn't. It just wasn't fair. It wasn't fair that my better ending, that my real life remained forever outside my reach. Taunting me, hung at the edge of a fishhook. It didn't take long until I heard you dialing something on your phone. Whoever spotted the signal may have been, I knew it was too late. Hello? Is this a runaway safe? You never listened, and I couldn't have anyone else knowing about me. So I took your next words back before they even left your mouth. Ending 8, 2, anger. Well, I don't blame him. He just wanted to help you. Because, you keep saying like, no one can help me. Can you really blame him? Alright, so I'm going to roll back. Okay, another option. A fresh start. I'm looking for a fresh start. It was difficult, but part of me wanted to hope. To hope that a life would be different. To hope that I could find something worth living for in the first place. Hey, that's exciting. Not every day you get a chance to start from scratch. Any big plans for your grand debut? How do you mean? Nothing in particular, just like new things you want to try, new experiences, that sort of thing. You only live once and all that. My chest hurt. Hey, you good there, buddy? Sorry, I didn't mean to pry or anything. I thought, but in the end, I couldn't come up with one single thing that I wanted to do with my life. I had nobody waiting for me, nothing to look forward to, nowhere to go. I was alone, unwanted. Why was I here in the first place? You're a weapon, a tool, a killer, and nothing more. Don't forget it. Was that really all I was good for? Something to be used for someone else's personal gain? A mindless weapon? Buddy? Scalpel's hand slid sweetly in between my fingers. Hey, what you doing back there? If death and violence were truly all I could have in this life, then maybe, just maybe, I could take them down with me. Bargaining. Okay, a chance for revenge. I'm looking for payback. I guess the ones who deserve it. He actually wrote that reason. I didn't care what I said anymore. I have to roll back again anyway. There was no point. I gripped my scalpel in both of my hands and took a deep breath. So then, I was right about you, huh? What? You leaned over in your seat and swerved to the side. I saw the tree. I saw the steering wheel spin free from your grip. I saw the branch heading straight for the window. I've seen it so many times, I already knew how this ending went. But even then, knowing what I did, I'd never seen that look on your face before. Even when you blamed me for our deaths, even in the moments before I killed you. I'd never seen that pure, unadulterated hatred you had when you thought I would hurt someone else. Being looked at like that, it made me feel so empty. It stuck there in my mind, even as I watched the rest of time melt away in front of me. What was it? Ending depression? Ending 4? Why was he mad? I thought he would roll with that. Like revenge or something. You just say nothing this time. Nothing, really. Nothing? I hugged my knees to my chest, fighting to keep my voice even. Thank God you can see my face from the front seat. Nothing at all. I'm only passing through. Is that right? I'm in the same boat, actually. Good luck with the rest of your travels, yeah? Hitchhiking ain't that easy. I'll keep that in mind. And then you kept on driving without a care in the world. I inhaled, my breath shaking. Nothing. That was all that was waiting for me at the end of this road, wasn't it? Just nothing. No matter how hard I tried, no matter how many times I rolled back, nothing I did would change my ending. Time is a circle, and I was going to keep following this fruitless cycle for eternity. There's nothing I can do. Nothing. What was that ending? Heat. Acceptance. This is the 5th one. I can't let you near me. Where was I? Oh, right. Driving through the mountains to visit someone on the other side. Friend. Oh my god, it scared me. Alrighty. Hey, you alright? I got stabbed. You stabbed us immediately. Before I could even blink, you drove a scalpel straight through my stomach. I fell to my knees, arms wrapped tight around my waist, fighting to stop the bleeding. You flicked the blood free from the blade and stepped towards me again. But for some reason, your hands were shaking. You looked terrified. Don't... Your voice trembled, eyes blown wide. Don't come near me again. Again? I choked, feeling blood and bile rise up to my throat. My vision shook. What are you talking about? I fell to the ground as the life drained from my body. I never found out who you were or why you killed me. You didn't even remember? I'm alive, but I don't want it to end like this. And 12, obligation. Yeah, I never learned, do I? I was right. If your only instinct is self-sabotage, if you kept telling yourself the only reason you're alive now is for the promise of some better ending out there, then of course you're never gonna escape. So you just stop caring. What? Life ain't like the stories. Nothing goes the way it should, and there's no neat and tidy ending waiting for you when everything all works out. You just kinda keep going and going until you can't anymore. So don't buy into all that crap. Don't run yourself ragged looking for some higher purpose or whatever. Do what you think has purpose, and do what you want to do so you can live without any regrets. Let those endless cycles do what they will. The only reason you feel stuck in them is because you keep telling yourself that you're stuck. Isn't that just giving up? If you don't even try at all? Maybe. Sure as hell beats hating on myself for trying and failing anyway, though. How nihilistic. Although I suppose there's a certain comfort in that. Exactly. If things don't have any meaning, if you're always gonna find yourself at the same awful conclusion, might as well have some fun along the way, right? That's how you escape these cycles, you just stop caring. I see. I'm so tired. I just want to rest for a while. I hummed. Rest as long as you need. We've got all the time in the world, don't we? I got a snort out of you with that one. You curled up against my arm, still as a grave, while I stared up at the sky through the trees. It hurt to breathe. I was about to let it all go when I felt you nudge at my palm, your voice no louder than a whisper. May I request one last thing of you? Shoot. Even after all this time, I don't believe I ever asked you for your name. Don't think you told me yours either. I don't know. I don't have one. Tell you what. My thoughts slowed down to a crawl. Everything sounded and felt so far off. I'll give it to you when you wake up, okay, buddy? Do you promise? I promise. I can feel you smiling against my skin as I drifted away completely. Liar. Seventeen 13, Tethered. Dang, that was so sad. That was even sadder than the last one. Ugh. Wow. Yeah, overall, I would say both those endings, 12 and 0, 13 and 0, were just sad. And it felt hopeless because, you know, the hiker still ended up dying and he seems like he can never ever escape. And I don't know about the other guy too. I feel like he'll end up dying too. Because, well, the hiker we found out with him and then he'll die too. So it just felt, you know, they both really weren't bad people, per se. Like, I was judging both of them at the beginning, but as you keep playing along, you see that they're both not really bad people. Alright, and that's the end of HIKEBACK. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Bye.